The guy literally comes out of nowhere, a Manchurian candidate, complete fucking bullshitter. Someone just slapped the shit out of this guy. Vivek the Snake, he's a piece of garbage. And he's talking about corruption. I mean, a slug could expose the corruption of Nikki Haley. That's easy.
It's the Benicide Shapiro tactic. Let me make myself look good by just bashing on the most irredeemable fool.
Let's talk about what this guy did. First of all, I'll give you many things. There's a post I did with all of this. First thing, he's got $2 million in the bank. He goes to Harvard, hangs out with his hedge fund guys, then gets accepted to Yale Law School. And he's against affirmative action, but yet applies for an affirmative action grant while he's got $2 million. Gets the grant, accepts it. Total scumbag. That's as bad as what Elizabeth Warren did. It's a need-based scholarship, right? So he hid the fact he had $2 million he had made the year before. Quite extraordinary. That's a fucking scumbag. Let me give you another one. He gets his hedge fund guys together. He gets $5 million from his friends, goes to one of the biggest pharma companies in the world, GlaxoSmithKline, and buys a drug that had failed for Alzheimer's. GlaxoSmithKline took this drug through clinical trials and it failed, Ryan. Failed once. They said, oh shit, it doesn't work for Alzheimer's. Let's try it for another disease, Parkinson's. Failed there. Then they tried it for dementia. Failed there. It failed 4 times. So he goes to GlaxoSmithKline knowing it's a useless drug, but knowing Alzheimer's is a big area, right? Buys that drug for $5 million. It's a failed drug. And gets all their clinical trial data, which showed it's failed. Has his mother, who's a doctor, re-review the clinical data and reframe it, which is called a completer analysis. It means you throw away all the data, those people who didn't complete the clinical trials. And obviously they didn't complete it because they had side effects. And then you say, oh, the drug was very successful. He has his mother redo the data and voila, she has data now saying it's a great drug. And there's 3 levels of publication. The highest impact journals, and then you have sort of the second tier journals, and the lowest form of publication is called a poster session that you do typically for an undergraduate. It makes them feel good. They get to present where they put up a poster, okay, in a big open hall. So his mother gets a poster session with his data. Morons do this. And using that poster session, they say, oh, we presented this at a science conference. That is what they use to market the drug. Total scam. The key thing is this drug had failed 4 times after all that effort. So he gets his mama to redo it, and she owns equity in the company.
Of course.
Using this bogus bullshit, they take the company public, raise millions and millions, tens of millions of dollars. He still needed to do a clinical trial, what's called a phase 3 of this useless drug. Does he do it right away? No, he waits 2 years after he cashes out. And then he does a clinical trial and it fails. And the stock price drops 99%. And in April of 2023, before they changed the name of the company, and then they shut down the company. This is a fucking scumbag. This is not a guy that innovates. Tucker Carlson doesn't bring it up. Glenn Greenwald doesn't bring it up. Of course they know. What? These guys are investigative reporters and they don't know? All of them know. And what I'm saying is, in some ways, you like a Nikki Haley. You like a DeSantis because you know they're going to fuck you. But this motherfucker is, as Malcolm X said, a fox, the blue-eyed devil, okay? That's what this guy is. He's a Brahmin, brown-nosed motherfucker. Everyone should understand, if this guy's doing this at 35 or 38 years of age, the swarm has trained him well. What kind of motherfucker is he going to be in another 10 years? Pure evil.